Hey there, Virgo. Okay. On one of the decks, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is about um, learning to stay centered and grounded regardless of what's going on around you. So if you can imagine that this was an actual turning wheel on the ground, that if you were up here, you'd be okay, but you'd be hanging on, you'd be crushed on the bottom here, and you'd be hanging on the way up, and you'd be sitting pretty here for just a little bit, but it would constantly be changing and it would be sort of exhausting. But if you can learn to ride just right here in the center of the wheel, you won't have the ups and downs, but you'll be able to, ride things out in a much more centered, balanced manner. And that's the good and the bad. You also have the Fool. So that means you may be able to take risks, or seeming risks, maybe in quotation marks, and not get so worried about it because you're just going to be much more sort of zen and chill about it instead of just, oh my God, I'm so, what's going to happen? What about all the things that can go wrong? So you're really trying to cultivate a mindset that will allow you to deal with ups and downs in a much more balanced and sort of, we'll use the word Zen again, approach in your life. The focus is this beautiful magician card. So, wanting to manifest new things in your life, knowing you have what you need to make the changes and to start really seeing practical change, visual, tangible change in your life. And it's being able to still do that, work on that, even if there is competition or sort of competing demands going on at the same time. So again, trying to not allow these types of everyday disturbances or annoyances or difficulties knock you completely off your path. In the work category, you have the Hierophant and the Seven of Wands. So this is about, trying to bring that Zen mindset, sort of taking a more spiritual approach to how you interact at the workplace. So this is a very spiritual card, and you can seek a traditional spiritual teacher, or this can come in all sorts of, this type of wisdom can come from many different sources. It's just about being open to it. And you may realize that by trying to cultivate that more Zen approach into the workplace, you find that, for example, that you can defend things without becoming defensive. You can rise above sort of this type of, you can see there's sort of fighting going, this type of energy is going on at the bottom of this card, and this ram, or what is that, goat, has risen above it and is not getting dragged down into this turmoil. So riding it out in the center of the wheel. So in your home life, you're mentally having the same thing. It's like you're having this mental shift, this mental new beginning, this new thought about the way you're going to approach things, because you have had this Eight of Swords, so you've gotten your brain all twisted up around something, and to the point where you're not even seeing straight anymore. You've just, or you're in denial about something, or you've just overthought things to, analysis paralysis, overthought things to death, where you can't even, like, you don't remember what the first thought was anymore. So trying to let that go, get rid of the negative thoughts, and try to just get down to the bare bones singular, basic thought. Simplify, cut away all the other stuff. This is just so funny that it's like the bat signal. And really focus in on that one thought, and try to let go of all the extraneous, experiences and thoughts that we tend to put into situations that just gum up the works. They don't help clarify anything. They just help us make us run around in circles, kind of like the outside of that wheel. It's like, just focus on that center thing. This month is going to be really important. The center thing that you want to manifest, like this number 1 magician card. Over here in the relationship category, you have the hermit. So maybe you need to take some time to yourself. Take some time alone. Because it's paired here with the lovers, which is kind of an interesting combination. The lovers is about coming together, marrying the head and the heart. It is a love affair. But it's a little bit more of like, how do you navigate joining with someone? So how do you honor that commitment on a daily basis? Any of your commitments, but especially your relationship, because this did come up specifically in that category. Do you choose your partner more often than not? What are your priorities? Where do you spend most of your time? Are you more talk than action? Or maybe your partner wants too much of your time, and you need to take some time to yourself and really figure out what your likes, dislikes, what your priorities are, what matters to you in your life, what your guiding light is, what your philosophy is. So for some of you, you're going to need some space. For some of you, you're going to need to break up the relationship, because maybe you're like, I'm not honoring it because it's not working out, or they're not honoring it and I can't accept that anymore. Or you just need to work on yourself this month. And that's going to be the best way to honor your relationship, is sort of get yourself together so that you can be a good partner. If you're single, use the time wisely to figure yourself out. Figure out what's important to you, so that when you do come together with someone, you're in a good space to know what your priorities are, where you really put your time and energy, and that when you do enter a relationship, you're going to be able to be a good partner, a good balanced partner. So in the spirituality category, this is sort of drives the other things. You have this card of stability and milestones. This is the marriage card, the rites of passage type energy. It's a stable card. It's like you build on one milestone after the other and just build a strong foundation throughout your life. Sometimes the tower comes in and crashes this down if it wasn't strong, but this is a very positive card. But it's paired with this 9 of Wands. So if it's like some part of your life you're feeling like you're enduring and not living. And it can be that you just need to push through, but it can be that you need to make some changes. And if you're, just sitting here like trying to hold up like one of these poles, that's not sustainable. So if there is one part of this foundation that you're like just bare knuckling it and trying to hold up, you need to figure out a better way that it's not exhausting you, that it's truly being supported, and it's truly a strong foundation, and it's not just being kept together by sheer will, if that makes any sense. So really, I would focus, on the magician here. It's manifesting what you want in your life. You have the Hierophant, the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, the Fool, making some real changes, learning to go within and figure out how you're going to stay centered, and what's important to you. What's your spiritual, what do you believe in? What is going to guide your life? And then using that to manifest what you want in your life. It's a tool. It's something that you can rely on as you're trying to manifest new ways of living and bringing new ways of living. I think just said that into your life. So don't forget you have this Fool card here, and taking some leaps of faith this month for you is going to be important, and may surprise. I think it's going to surprise some of you, but I think it's going to be ultimately what you need to manifest this new path in life. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a really, really great month, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.